What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today in this video, guys, I want to talk to you guys about Terra Luna. It's been a while since I've made one of these videos, but let's go ahead and talk about a couple of bullish cases for the Luna token as well as the UST token, as well as the other stablecoins, including the UST stablecoin. So, what is Terra Luna? Well, if you guys didn't know what Terra is, it is basically the algo piece to the stablecoin ecosystem. So if you're wanting to mint some UST, some Cracker Race Car token, some SE token, just any of these random tokens, I'll just show you a couple of them, like Cracker Race Car token, SE token, you have Estados Unidos token, you have the CAT token, you have Good Bridging token, you have FAT token, you have JP token, you got Time Will Tell token, lots of cool tokens, man. But in order to mint these tokens, you have to burn whatever that denomination is in Luna. So let's use UST for an example, because, well, I'm an American and it's easier just to go by a dollar for me, at least. But in order to mint $1 worth of UST, or $1, aka 1 UST, I just need to burn $1 worth of Luna. Luna can be a price of $50, it can be a price of $1, it doesn't matter. If the price of Luna is $1, I'm burning 1 Luna in order to get that 1 UST. If it's $10, I'm burning 0.1 Luna. So that's how the algos work. Now that you guys understand the mechanisms and the different stablecoins that you can mint, what is important about that? Well, it's not only catering to Americans. This is also catering to the rest of the world. Yes, Americans, we're not the only pig in the pen. There are other people out there that use different currencies. Now that is going to play a factor in this video now that you guys understand the mechanics of Luna. So to start this video, I want you guys to ask yourself 3 questions. The first question, what would happen if all the exchanges replaced all their USDC, USDT, or any of their other centralized stablecoins that they have with UST? Just think that one through, as in like market caps, amount of value on the exchanges, and keep in mind UST has about a $12 billion market cap. So just understand that and remember how the mechanics of Luna work. In order to make UST, you have to burn Luna. So keep that in mind in the back of your head. So second, becoming the de facto stablecoin on Cosmos, Ethereum, or many other chains. What would happen to Luna and the UST price action? Just think about that in the back of your head. Just think as you're doing the DeFi yield farming junk and you're claiming tokens and compounding and then looking at your USDC balance or USDT balance and you're like, okay, now what if this is UST? Just keep that in the back of your head. Now there's a bunch of people who use USDC, there's a bunch of people who use USDT. Now just imagine the people who don't use dollars, who use other currencies like the Korean won, like the Mexican peso, just to name a few. Just imagine what would happen if they started using the Terra stablecoins. We just went through a list of them. As you guys can see right here, they have a bunch of them listed. Just imagine what would happen to the Luna price action if people started using these. Remember, how are stablecoins made from Luna? Well, you had to burn Luna to mint either UST, AUT, CAT, CHT, GBT. There's different tokens that can be minted from Luna. So now that you guys got that in mind, let's go ahead and show you a couple of stats and data points. I'm going to go ahead and shrink my face because it is getting in the way. So the first stat we are going to go with is on DeFi Llama. I want you guys to take notice of this, the market cap to TVL ratio. Do you guys see here how the TVL to market cap ratio for Terra Luna is 1.47? So that means it has $22.9 billion in TVL and its market cap is probably like it's like 35 billion or something like that. You can pull it up on CoinGecko to get it. It's going to be different from the time you view this video. But that's where they're getting this market cap to TVL ratio. Whereas Ethereum has about $115 billion in TVL, and the TVL to market cap ratio is much higher because Ethereum has a higher market cap. You also have Binance Smart Chain, you have Avalanche, you have Phantom, which Phantom has a really, really low market cap to TVL ratio. Something to keep in mind as well. But this video is mainly going to stem off Terra. So something has to give. Terra only has 21 protocols, whereas Ethereum has 554. If we double the protocols, would it be safe to say we can increase the TVL maybe $2 billion, like 10%? I don't know. Time will tell. We'll see what happens. But I'm just giving different examples. Something should give. Either the Terra market cap comes down or the TVL comes up. And I've been on Terra. It's like a black hole. Once you bring your money over there, it doesn't come back out. It just doesn't want to. The stuff is so good over there. I mean, dude, 19.5% on stablecoins on Anchor that has been sustained for over a year now, almost a year and a half. And dude, the sauce over there is amazing. Like, let me just give you this breakdown of some like DeFi. You can literally take some UST, deposit an Anchor, earn a yield. You can then take that AUST. You can use it in several different protocols, but we're just going to keep it simple with Mirror Protocol. We can go on Mirror Protocol. We can farm with that AUST. Let's just say we do short farming. So we're going to farm AUST with some, I don't know, Apple stock, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to earn a yield on that. And it's going to be paid in Mirror. So we're getting paid on the AUST. We're getting paid in Mirror for farming with it. Now we're earning this Mirror, which we can also stake. And then we can also yield farm with that. So we can earn an additional yield. Or you can choose to sell that, get more UST, deposit in an Anchor, short farm again, keep playing the game. And dude, and profit from it. It's like, what the snap? Why not? It's a lot of fun. So those are just a couple things that you could do on Terra Luna. Now, or you can even get more degen to where you can actually split your yield up and get it in advance. What do I mean by this? Well, Luna is an interest-bearing asset because you can stake it and earn a yield. So what you can do with your Luna is on Prism Protocol, you can split your Luna up into Principal Luna and Yield-bearing Luna. So let's just call this P Luna and Y Luna. And then Luna, just Luna. So what we can do is we can say, I'm going to take my Luna and make P Luna, then Y Luna. I'm going to sell my Y Luna, get more regular Luna, and then I'm going to take my Luna again, and I'm going to get P Luna, Y Luna, and I'm going to sell my Y Luna for regular Luna, and then repeat the process. And then I'll have a bunch of principal Luna. And this can be the Luna that I'm using to speculate on because I think the price action is going to be bullish and it will be a leveraged position without the crazy chance of that liquidation because now you're holding this asset itself. Yes, there are other risks involved, like it loses peg, and is it going to be the same price as what a regular Luna would be? Well, the answer is no, because the other one is able to earn a yield. Just so you guys can keep that in mind. I just wanted to give some examples of what you can do on Terra Luna. So the complexity of something like that allows for degens to be able to fill their inner degen and have fun over here, so they stay. And it also allows for newer users to be like, hey, I want 20% interest on my stablecoins. What do I do? You just deposit it into Anchor, and then you just come back later in a year and you got 20% more junk. So like everyone can play the game. That's another reason why I'm uber bullish on Luna. So again, we're going to sum up what we've covered so far. How Luna works. Second, 3 questions you need to ask yourself. What would happen if all the exchanges replaced all the USDC, USDT, etc. with UST? The second question was all the stablecoins in DeFi, UST becoming the de facto stablecoin. What would happen? Because, I mean, you can't really have DeFi with a centralized stablecoin. I mean, they could freeze that junk. And third, all the other tokens, besides just having like a dollar stablecoin, what would happen as more users who are using like the Korean won, the peso, the euro, and they all are like, hey, I want to get into crypto, but I don't see any of the tokens that are my tokens or like my currency. But Terra's like, no, yeah, we got a list of them. Just check them out. Then they can also get in as well and get in with something they're comfortable with. We already went over the TVL to market cap ratio, so you guys can solve that. And one other metric to keep in mind is that bear or bull market, there always seems to be demand for Luna. Why do I say that? Well, in a bull market, people speculate on Luna and also UST, which also buys up more Luna to play around in these DeFi protocols. Now, in a bear market, most people flock to stablecoins. So if people are buying up UST and it goes above peg, what do people do? Well, they burn Luna in order to mint more UST to meet that demand. So that's artificial buy pressure on the Luna token. So bear or bull market, there's buy pressure on the Luna token. Now here's another interesting thought. Most protocols follow Bitcoin, right? So Terra Luna did something really interesting. They bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. So they bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. It pumped the price of Bitcoin. But now people see the price pump of Bitcoin and you're like, wow, this is good. This is good. So I'm going to speculate on Luna. So then the price of Luna comes up. And what can happen is if they buy more Bitcoin or any of the other protocols buy more Bitcoin, that would pump the price of Bitcoin. And if the price of Bitcoin pumps, what happens to altcoins? Well, the altcoins usually pump. So if the altcoins pump and Bitcoin pumps, the altcoins usually outpump Bitcoin. So what would happen if they then go buy more Bitcoin? And then just lock it up. Well, that would pump the price of Bitcoin, which would further pump the price of their token, which would then mean they could sell less tokens to pump the price of Bitcoin again, which will pump the price of their token. Interesting. I wonder if they have like a little VE33 model going on there. Just a random thought. And the reason I strayed on that thought is because, well, Terra just bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. So now, instead of just being a algo stablecoin, they actually have $1 billion worth of Bitcoin backing their stablecoins. So something else to keep in mind. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the real world use case that Terra and UST and the whole ecosystem really has. It's called Chai Payments. So Chai Payments app, this is little Terra partners with the app Chai Payments, whatever you want to call it. This is Korea's biggest payment processor. I mean, I'm sure you can read as well. But these guys, you can look at them like a Stripe or a Square. What these do, or what this company does, is it processes transactions in order for a company to sell its goods and services. Now, they partner with Terra, so now they're able to use stablecoins as a part of their settlement process. This is really important because if you guys do not know how the traditional payment industry works, it works like this. Some payment processors and providers, they'll process your settlement payments within a few days, sometimes as long as a few weeks. That is normal. That's standard. And on top of that, what's also standard is charging you 3% minimum on everything that you make. Now, this is just standard. Like, that's minimum. Some charge even more than that. And a lot of people complain about Ethereum gas fees. Just imagine having to pay 3% of everything you make to the piper. And just like, hey, if I sell something for $100, I only get 97 bucks. And just accepting that. That's another factor for the payment industry. Now, the third thing is, well, the stinking yield at a bank is less than 0.5%. That's if you're lucky. A lot of them charge negative interest rates. So they charge you to hold your money. And I mean, I don't know. They really don't even give you your money. You try to withdraw any money and they're like, oh, it's your money? Oh, come back in like 10 weeks and we'll give it to you. So those are some serious problems in the traditional payment industry. With Terra, you only have the 6-second block times. So as soon as the transaction goes through, it clears, you have the money in your account, you're done. It's over. That's it. End of story. You got the money. Transaction settled. The fees on that? Well, depending on what you use, I mean, I'm sure Chai charges like 0.5% or 1% just for using their service. If you really wanted to, you could just say, yeah, just use this wallet address and send it here. And just have the transaction fee, which the transaction fee is paid by the customer. So this passes it to the customer, which it's on Cosmos, so it's super cheap. The company can use Chai for payments, and now they can use Anchor for savings. So now this money that they're getting as income, they can then take that and deposit it into Anchor. They can even do it in the same transaction if they really wanted to, and integrate it with Chai, which they have. And what will happen is the income that they make goes into Anchor Protocol. This is then going to earn them a yield. What if the company is able to reach singularity by all the income that is coming in and having the interest be able to pay off their expenses? Now, sure, some companies are unable to do that, but there will also be some companies that would love that option and would be able to reach singularity with all the income that they're making goes into Anchor, and the yield becomes the checkbook for any of the expenses that they have. These are just a couple of bullish cases for the Terra Luna ecosystem, and once you realize just a couple of the options that you have with Terra and UST, this little market cap pump that you guys see on DeFi Llama and how it only has 21 protocols and it's like second in line behind Ethereum, once you try the experience over there, you'll realize like second, dude, it should be first. Not financial advice, but take a look at the Terra ecosystem, UST, play around with it a bit. I'm not telling anyone to buy the Terra stablecoin. I'm just explaining to you guys what's going on over there, what you can do over there. And yes, this is not without risk. Remember, UST is an algo stablecoin. It does have $1 billion worth of Bitcoin backing it, but keep in mind, it's got a $12 billion market cap. So 11 billion of that is backed by, well, Terra. And what is Terra? Well, that is the algo piece of the protocol. A lot of these protocols need to fake it till they make it. And in my opinion, I'm bullish the Terra Luna ecosystem. So that's why I put my money behind it, because I believe in what they're doing and I like what they're doing. Yes, there is a chance that it goes to zero. So I need you guys to understand that. Thanks for tuning in, guys. DeFi is risky. Protocols are risky. It's a lot of fun though. A lot of experiments. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys can smash that like button, and you can also subscribe to the channel if you guys want to. And let's go ahead and leave you guys with a wisdom one-liner. We're going to be in Proverbs chapter 19, verses 12. A king's rage is like the roar of a lion, but his favor is like dew on the grass. I've already done this one, but still, dude, it still pertains to this. A king's rage is like the roar of a lion, but his favor is like dew on the grass. So many extremes, man. Lots of extremes. You want them happy. You want that dew on the grass. It's nice. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you in the next one. You guys can also catch me on tweeters at rent a home fast. Like literally at rent a home fast.